extremely difficult. Then you come. By then, the kind of money you are losing to your company by the person being not there on the job. I mean, that is unaccountable. That's what nobody accounts for.
What I was trying to share was
that there's
all
the
of
flip
us
side
are
of the same coin.
all of us are accountable to CEOs like, hey, we can't do that. The CEOs will skin the brain, the skin out of us. So if we do that kind of foolish things, that be cautious about this 10% and lose money, we'll be out of our jobs, sitting on somewhere else. So don't misunderstand the talent in HR by saying that we do those foolish things. That we save those 10% and lose companies like these. We understand the business as much as our partners understand.
more than that.
Much more.
Much
Okay.
more than that.
So, let's not push it beyond a point.
We are not professional, we are all companies are working professionals. So I think we all have some strategy, some concerns, and we are working according to that. And I don't know what experience you are having with other industry. We are not same kind of industry. Like if in case of Yama you are asking, we don't work that way. We work very professional. If it is proposition, we give exclusively or the way it should be. Very terms and conditions are very clear. And we do not go by days or time or something. If we have to meet a person we want to meet, if you ask 25%, we'll give you 25%. But we need a person one day. Our concern is delivery and
Sir, due regard, like you are doing this.
Sure.
So it is
Last,
not
we're going to ask the last one question and close for the day.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was reading recently that Yamaha has, over the last year has seen a growth of, more than 100% in terms of sales. In such cases, what is the, kind of pressure that you would have on HR? Is it like, you have to grow your team across domains by, let's say 25, 30%, 40%, or, and how do you handle that?
I think in the beginning when I shared with you, we have started our journey almost 2.5 years back. So whenever we change the strategy, always it is for time bound, 3 to 5 years. So that time we hired. If you see our hiring for last 2 years, it is almost 30 to 35% higher. At this moment of time, we are not hiring because of many reasons. Because as we are a global company, we have some parent issue coming. So we are not hiring at this moment of time, but we are not saying we are not hiring 100% at this moment. But expansion as far as for our business concern, we have already done. And now we are nurturing those. Because hiring is one, second is we have to train their skill up. Because whatever we are hiring, whatever you are offering as a good quality also, it is not 100% for any organization. So once the person is in with 100% quality as a market, but as an organization we need to nurture them. Then succession planning. So many factors are there. So right now we are in a mode where we are making their capability level up. Hiring will remain. That's, if we say for this year we had almost 15% already. But we stopped in last 2-3 months. And from coming year we are going to again hire. We are having a plan for hiring. But it depends again on the business. Like you said, 100% really we have done a very good business right now and we are doing almost more than 100% achieved from last year. But we need a consistency first of all. Because in last 1 year only we are growing. That was the strategy. But strategy need to have some maturity. So we are waiting for that. So after that, okay, we are done. We are doing so many expansion, we are coming with scooter business, we are coming with other businesses also. So we are going to expand that way. There are chances.
Alright, if I could request Sudha to quickly round up this discussion. She's been taking notes and also give a vote of thanks and for Donnie to give a little token of our appreciation for your being here this morning to all our speakers.
I think I have a set of takeaways and I assume that that's what most people would have taken away from this discussion. A lot of it is very, very promising. One, I think all of you consistently said that the industry is hot and heating up. A lot of opportunity, sounds like music to our ears after last year. I think one thing that a couple of you talked about was that the focus is going to be on the non-core areas, namely product management, supply chain, IR, because there's a new perspective to the way the workforce is structured. So I think businesses have undergone a change and hence hiring needs have changed. I think tremendous opportunity for all of us. What was particularly happening, Amandeep, was the fact that you're willing to look outside of industry, and I think there's a role for consultants who can add value here, because I think over a period, and this is probably relating to the question that he asked, this is a chicken egg thing. You have a lot of consultants who pull CVs out of databases and send them off without doing any verification. I think that, Atul, you touched about CV verification and stuff. So there's a lot of value addition that we can do, and I don't think anybody does business with anyone unless they see value in the offering. So it's really about both parties arriving at an agreement on what the deliverables are, and you get paid for it accordingly. I think the other happening part was, and this is definitely music for search industry people, where if boards are retiring, then a lot of CXO level hires to be done. So I think that's a good perspective on this business. I particularly like the point that you made, Atul, which probably answers a lot of the questions that were raised today, which is that we all need to tailor our businesses to suit the needs and the working of the client business. And we relate to the question that you were asking. I think that's what they were saying, and I think Professor Venkatratnam said that to you too, about having your production very close to the parent company.
Yes.
So it's really about taking each client's business and tailoring our working to suit their internal needs, because that would probably help them close their positions and give them reason to come to us. So overall, I think it's been a wonderful session, because personally I have learned a lot in terms of how HR in manufacturing thinks, and it is a little different from the IT and ITS industries, and the needs that you have, or even the expectations that the manufacturing industry has from recruiters. So thank you very, very much for all these insights. It's been wonderful interacting with each one of you. Lastly, I'd like to thank IMI. I don't think there's anybody from there, but I'd like to thank IMI for partnering with us and offering us the use of this place. It's made it very, very convenient for us. So it just makes it easier for us to do this on a monthly basis that we plan to do. Please put your hands together for the team that put it together. The Stella and thank you.
Thank you.